it's going to be a long process, and we'll never heal wholly.
A community reeling. A star athlete and scholar found dead at home, no warning. An enlarged heart, just like another West Michigan standout. Grandville's Ryan Fischer had been accepted to both West Point and the Naval Academy. He was getting ready for the biggest game in his high school career. Tonight, a family is in shock as his team takes to the ice, trying to make sense while trying to make it count. This is a story that stretches from West Michigan to Metro Detroit. A story that resonates on the ice, in the home, and with the heart. This is 24-Hour News 8 at 6. And good evening again, everyone. I'm Brian Sterling.
And I'm Susan Shaw. We have team coverage of this tragedy tonight. Danny Carlson is in Grandville, where a church service is being held in Ryan Fischer's name. Casey Jones is in Plymouth, where Fischer's team is about to take the ice.
We want to start, though, tonight with Steve Kelso in studio, who spoke with Fischer's coach today. Steve?
Yeah, guys, I caught up with head coach Joel Brazil as the whole team was boarding the bus for that tournament game.
It's a sunny day, and Ryan's smiling on us right now, and that's the way we need to look at it.
This day should have been one of the most exciting of their young lives. The Grandville Hockey Bulldogs preparing to battle for a state title.
We'll play our simple game and give it the best effort we possibly can.
But this bus is missing one of its passengers today. Team captain Ryan Scott Fischer found dead in his home this morning at just 17. Neighbors and teammates gathered outside of the family's home almost as soon as they found out, and the decision to go on and play was made together.
It's just a great family, and what we want to do today is just simply go play a hockey game in Ryan's honor and do proud to the Fischer family and do proud to the Grandville community.
It's the first time this team has advanced this far in postseason play since 2001, and it's the first time most of this team will play without their captain, number 11, Ryan Scott Fischer. His accomplishments go way beyond the ice. National Honor Society, 4.0 GPA, and he would soon be headed off to West Point. How can a coach tell this team he won't be on this bus?
As I explained to our boys, God needed a special helper today, and you know, it was Ryan's. He couldn't have picked a better person than Ryan. So we've got to persevere and learn from what Ryan has left behind, which is just an amazing legacy.
And Fischer, the whole time, was at the heart of their decision. Tonight, his team will face undoubtedly the most difficult game of their lives. Sue.
Steve, thank you. Now to Plymouth, where Fischer's team will take the ice tonight in the state semifinals without their captain. Casey Jones is there tonight. Casey?
It's very seldom when a death stretches beyond the fabric of a community, but then again, Ryan Fischer was a very rare student athlete. No one knows that better than Andy Frushauer of the MHSAA. He worked hand in hand with Ryan throughout the year. For the past 2 years, you're a part of the board of advisories, which Ryan was on. You deal with thousands of student athletes every single year. How was Ryan different than the other ones?
We deal with a lot of great athletes and students, but he was certainly a cut above. He was a leader. Very well respected by his peers. Even in our group, our student advisory council, he was a leader among this group of leaders. So it's a real rough day for Ryan and his family and Grandville, and certainly even for our staff.
How tragic of a loss is this for the MHSA organization with what he has done in part for them?
Well, it's tough anytime you lose a high school student. You know, it's just too young. He's too young. And we had a staff. We were lucky enough to get to know him a little bit over the last 2 years and spend a lot of time. And just a great thinker. And it's just fun to be around. Great smile. And he will be missed. I've talked with a lot of the kids that are on the council with him today, and they're already thinking about how they can, remember him, how they can memorialize him. So it's a special kid, real special kid.
Now, people reached out to the MHSA today about broadcasting this game. What have you guys done to help out in that?
Well, we know there's some folks in Grandville and West Michigan that want to watch this game. And we have the game streaming on MHSA.tv, but what we've done is we've taken away the paywall. So if anyone want to watch the game, go to MHSA.tv, and you can watch that game for free.
Great. Andy Frushauer with the MHSA, MHSA.com. That game between Detroit Catholic Central and Grandville streaming live tonight. Inside CompuWare Arena, Casey Jones, 24-hour News 8.
Casey, thank you. In Fisher's Church tonight, holding services for friends to come together and grieve. Right now, Danny Carlson's at one of those services at St. Pius, the 10th Church in Grandville, where friends and family have gathered there tonight. Danny?
Brian, that's right. The second prayer service actually wrapped up about a half an hour ago, and the parking lot here was full. It was really heartbreaking to see just the number of people, and you could see the emotions written on their face, just disbelief that Ryan Fischer could actually be gone. Now, talking to people here at Pius X, they said, I mean, as you heard from Steve, that Ryan wasn't just a star on the ice, he was a star in school, and he was also a leader here at his church, Pius X, where his family was very involved as well. People here at Pius X tell us that they learned that Ryan died at about 8 this morning and decided that since he was such a big part of their community and the community of Grandville, they wanted to organize a place where everyone could come together and pray. More than 100 people showed up to those two prayer services, and we are told that he put his all into everything he did, and that even in the face of this sadness, Ryan would want people to be positive.
You know, he helped out in every way possible. I mean, and he did it with a smile on his face. I mean, he was just, when you think of great kids, like he comes to mind. He was just, always had a smile on his face, always was positive. And today is just such a tragedy.
The Grandville community is reeling tonight. This is actually the second high school student to pass away this week. 15-year-old Alyssa Ahrens died Sunday night after a battle with bone cancer. Her visitation and funeral services will happen over the next few days. Now, we also want to tell you that Grandville High School will be open tomorrow from 10 until noon to support students who are dealing with these losses. Live in Grandville tonight, Danny Carlson, 24-hour News 8.
Danny, thank you. And as soon as we learned that Ryan Fischer had died of an enlarged heart, we all thought of Fenville's Wes Leonard.
Sports director Jack Doles is here right now with more on that link to the story.
Yeah, it's been 3 years and 4 days since Wes Leonard collapsed and died after hitting his team's game-winning shot. An undiagnosed heart condition took his life, a condition eerily similar to what killed Ryan Fischer. Wes Leonard's family and friends created the Wes Leonard Heart Team after that death to help put AEDs in every school. Just 3 weeks ago, on Valentine's Day, Grandville's hockey team hosted a Wes Leonard charity night. They wore jerseys honoring Wes Leonard and raised more than $5,500 for the Wes Leonard Heart Team. During 24-hour News 8 at 5, we talked to Leonard's high school basketball coach about what advice he would give to Grandville's coach right now.
Keep him close. Keep an eye out for him, not only his players, but the family, and then make sure he has someone to watch out for him. You know, that community is a strong community.
Yes.
They've gone through some tough times recently anyway, and they're going to watch out for each other, and I'm sure they're going to stay strong for one another.
Yeah, these are the type of things that can certainly bond a community, and I'm sure this will. This will be a difficult game for these kids to play tonight. They'll remember him, they'll hold him in great regard. We also did see what kind of a lift it gave that Fenville team when they went through the tournament and had that great run.
Yeah. Very similar circumstances.
Very similar.
But sports is weird that way because it can help kind of soothe the grief you're feeling.
It can, because it brings so many people together. And it's a common cause, and it's a common pain, and it just, you tend to become more of a brother to someone or more of a sister to someone when you go through something like that together. Yes.
They unite.
Well
That's
put.
right.
Thank you, Jack.
Thanks, Jack.
A number of West Michigan hospitals offer free heart screenings for students. Right now, Mercy Health Muskegon is pre-registering students for their spring and summer events. Metro planning a screening in early June at Northview High School. We've got this information at woodtv.com. As you saw, Casey Jones is in Plymouth for us tonight as Ryan Fischer's teammates will play in his honor. We'll show you what happens again tonight at 10 and 11 on 24-hour News 8.